शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यामनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हुकुम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्। Wonderful. So thank you for joining today. Thank you, Veena Madhuri, for joining. So today we are discussing text 7 of Nectar of Instruction. You have okay, wonderful. Sayat Krishna Nama Charita Disita Piya Vidya
Saya Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapya Avidya
Pitopatapata Rasanasya Nadrochikanu
Vitopatapta Rasanasya Narochikanu
Kintva Adarat Anudinam Khalu Shaiva Justa
Kintva Adarat Anudinam Kadushaiva Justa
Swadvikramad Pavati Tad Gada Mulahantri.
Swadvikramad Bhavati Tadgada Gadamulahantri.
Can you read the translation, bro?
The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishnas are all transcendently sweet
Hmm.
like sugar candy.
Hmm.
Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the roots.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Even we
Beautiful.
can remember the same thing, COVID also, but when we get COVID, we
Ah.
cannot taste
Oh,
anything.
thank you. Yes, beautiful. Yes. So, Vimesh Prabhu brought up a good point, complimenting what is being read just now. People, I don't know if any of you, but at least I did get COVID, and Vimesh Prabhu also got COVID. So, when we had COVID, we actually lost the taste of the tongue. So, irrelevant of however sweet things we will
Whatever
eat,
we are eating, we don't know what is happening.
yeah, whether it's a sugar, correct. Just for the sake of eating, we would eat. But basically, whether we are eating salt or sugar, everything is same. But jaundice goes even much more higher, where anything a person eats, they basically find it bitter. Even the sugar candy or sugar cane, which is considered to be the extremely sweet, or honey. Um, However, what is a cure for jaundice? Based on the Ayurveda, you should be drinking the sugarcane sweet, sugarcane juice actually, and that is actually the cure. So what happens for the patient? Even that sugarcane juice tastes bitter, but by drinking, that person finally regains his original taste, and now it can he or she can recognize that, oh yeah, this is very sweet. So what is our current condition? For lives, so many birth after birth, we have been living in the material world, enjoying material world, right? One time Prabhupada asked this um person, so what do you do? He said, I'm busy with this thing, that thing. um so what do you do this for? Eating? He said yes. Sleeping? Yes. And enjoying this world? Yes. Even dogs and cats also do the same. So what is so different about you? So the point is that we are so busy in this world to actually try to enjoy our senses, try to engage in so many various activities to enjoy so many games, escape. Like other day, one of my colleague, oh, what did you do on the weekend? I went to the escape room. What do you do in the escape room? So escape room, you basically try to find out the hints through which you figure out the way to get out, something like that. So the question is that we are
We
also
are
stuck.
already in the
We are
game of
already stuck.
Maya.
Correct. Why don't we actually use scriptures as a medium to understand how do I get out of it? Escape. So, what is this human body given to us? And especially Shastra, they are giving a facility to escape from the cycle of birth and death. That is actually called as escape room. So, right now we are sitting in escape room. What are we trying to do? We are trying to read scripture and trying to find out how do I get out of the cycle of birth and death, right? That's the point. So similar way, why the sugar cane tastes bitter? Because the jaundice is there in the body. Same way we are diseased. What is our disease? To enjoy in this material world, thinking that I don't want to die, I want to live forever. Well, we can live forever, the soul lives forever, but the problem is that soul has to accept the body based on the karma, and that's why we are stuck here. Somebody is struggling for a job, somebody is struggling for relationships, somebody is struggling for health, somebody is struggling for mind problems, somebody is struggling with health. So many issues there. Nobody can say I'm free. We 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 celebrate Independence Day, so many independent, this country, that country, this place, that place, but what's the point? I am stuck here in the cycle of birth and death. So this is what Prabhupada is saying. The holy name of Krishna. We all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
That is sweet like sugar candy. But because we are diseased, so that becomes a kind of a burden for us. Arey, how would I chant? My mind goes here and there. I have to do that. I have to do that. And finally, when I finish 16 rounds, I'm just thinking about myself. I keep the beat back aside. Oh, finally it is done. And now I can do any damn crap I want to do. So that's unfortunate thing because we don't have the taste. And what is Rupa Goswami saying? Rupa Goswami is saying, I wish this holy name is so sweet, so beautiful. I wish I would have thousands of tongues and I would have thousands of ears to hear. Why we can't experience that? Because we are diseased. So we have to realize that we are in disease condition. What is that disease? Avidya. What is that avidya? Ignorance. We think the body is permanent and this body is what I am, not realizing we are the soul, right? So Prabhupada writes in the purport, the holy name of Lord Krishna, his quality, pastime, and so forth are all of the nature of absolute truth, beauty, and bliss. What does it mean actually? When we are chanting the name of Krishna, which we were just doing right now, or when we are reading about Krishna, we are hearing what Krishna is saying, all that stuff is as good as seeing Krishna face to face. Because Krishna's name, Krishna's form is not different from each other, which means calling name Krishna is same as seeing Krishna face to face. And reading and hearing about Krishna's pastime is also directly seeing Krishna. That is the important aspect. Because if I'm thirsty, Prabhupada gives this example. I say water, 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 water. Well, water is everywhere. You know H2O, right? Hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is everywhere. There, hydrogen is there. When you have two particles of hydrogen, one particle of oxygen, that forms water. So, which means water is everywhere. But I can't quench my thirst. I need a water substance. But when you call Krishna, because Krishna's name and form is non-different, so when you say Krishna, it quench your thirst for Krishna. Right? This is a very important aspect. Prabhupada said naturally they are very sweet like sugar candy which appeals to everyone. Nations, however, is compared to the disease called jaundice, which is caused by bilious secretion because we lose that. Attacked by jaundice, the tongue of a diseased person cannot palatably relish sugar candy. Rather, a person with jaundice considers something sweet to taste very bitter. Why? Because of avidya, right? Avidya similarly perverts the ability to relish the transcendental palatable name, quality, form, and pastimes of Krishna. Despite this disease, if one with great care and attention takes to Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name and hearing of Krishna's transcendental pastime, his ignorance will be destroyed and his tongue enable the taste of sweetness of transcendental nature of Krishna and his paraphernalia. Lord Chaitanya, we don't speak about him often, but without him we are completely, we cannot attain Krishna's grace. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he traveled around South India, he was born in Navadvip, which is close to Calcutta, 3-4 hours from there, next to Mayapur. He was born there in Navadvip. He took a sannyas and he was traveling all around the South India and various places. Whomever he would see would just glance on that person. That person will be induced with love of Krishna. What is love of Krishna? Makes one mad, transcendental mad, not this. What we are mad today, we are mad about this material world. Today we are mad about the facilities of this material. Oh, look at this AI, look at this car, look at this phone, look at this house, look at this. So many fascinating things of this material world. That's why we are stuck here. But what is real madness? Real madness is remembering Krishna, talking about Krishna, and when we hear about Krishna, we actually develop ecstatic symptoms, having goosebumps, falling on the ground, rolling on the ground. That is actually bhakti. There is a beautiful example in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So there are Pancha Tattva, along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there are four other personalities. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna, Nahi Anya. He is combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna. Then Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Gauranga's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthday is just coming in March, which is also called as Holi, which is also called as Gaur Purnima. So the other personality is Nityananda Prabhu, and third one is Advaita Acharya. We just had Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day. Before that was Advaita Acharya's appearance day, and the fourth personality is Gadadhar Pandit. So Gadadhar Pandit, Lord Chaitanya's another associate was there. His name was Mukunda. So Mukunda said, Gadadhar, please come. I will take you to a great personality. So Gadadhar was very excited and they came. They came to one of the house, which was like a palace. And when they enter, there was this person who was actually sitting like a king on the king chair. And then there were so many servants, doing chamar and then all that stuff. And then Gadadhar Pandit was thinking, Are, where is he brought me here? He looks like he's mad about this material world. Why have you brought me? He was thinking about it. And Mukunda actually heard his inner voice. And what he said, he started reciting beautiful verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. The moment he actually recited those verses, this kingly person fell from the seat, started rolling, throwing everything around. Just hearing Krishna's name, he became transcendently mad. And at that time, Gadadhar Pandit realized, oh, I was thinking this person is mad about this material world, but he is actually mad behind Krishna. So externally, We cannot discriminate, or we cannot understand who is at what level in spiritual platform. However, when one understand that one is mad about Krishna, we should worship that person. We should worship that person, right? So what is, if one with great care and attention takes to Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name and hearing, the ignorance will be destroyed and his tongue enable the taste the sweetness of transcendental nature of Krishna. When a man or woman in the material world takes more interest in materialistic way of life than Krishna consciousness, he or she is considered to be diseased condition. How do I know if I'm diseased? If I have more taste for this material world. I'll give you one example. Today I thought I'm going to cook pizza for kids. That is just the overlayer, but I wanted to have it. What does that mean? I have a taste for these material things. Of course, I offer it to Krishna and then we honor that prasad. But the initial thought is not that I want to make it for the Lord. Initial thought is I want to have it. And that is which means I still have a taste.
Control.
I still have a taste for material things. And as long as I have it, that means I'm diseased.
So how to get rid of that, Prabhuji?
Correct. We will talk about that. The normal condition is to remain an eternal servant of the Lord. Jivere Swarupa Hoy Krishnere Nityadas. The healthy condition is lost when the living entity forgets Krishna to being attracted by external feature or Krishna's Maya energy. We will talk about that. This world of Maya is called Durashraya, which means false, a bad shelter. So there is a very, very beautiful song Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to sing. Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole. Lord Chaitanya is saying, Jeev Jago. What does Jago means here? We are all awake here. We are hearing Katha. What does awake means? Awake means we are sleeping in the lap of Maya. Maya says, come here. Come here, I'll give you a nice pizza, I'll give you nice pasta. And she gives us left and right. On this context, there is a beautiful story I want to share. I shared it multiple times, but again and again, I just try to remind myself on that aspect. What is that story? So, one time there was a circus in a village, and there was a huge tent. Everybody was excited. And what was that circle? In earlier time, there used to be one ana or one paisa. So one paise ka circus. So one circus for circus you just have to spend one paisa. And then everybody in the village was very excited. Oh, this is great. We want to go. So this person went and stood and he saw there is a huge line. Huge line in what? To enter in the tent. There is a small gate to enter in the tent to go to see circus, and there was an exit gate on the other side. So this guy was eagerly waiting. Finally his turn came. And now, yeah, amazing. I'm just going to enter it. So he entered the gate. What did he see? There was a very giant, hefty man, and he had a stick in his hand. And he said, so you are here? Yes, yes, I'm here. You're here to enjoy the circus for one paisa? He said, yes, I'm excited. Come here. So this person went. As soon as he reached there next to this hefty person, that guy started beating him left and right. He was foaming to his mouth. He was just being beaten to almost about to die. Just blood coming from all aspects of his body. He somehow escaped from there, ran and get out from the exit gate. When he came out, people were there on the line. So they asked, how's the circus?
He said extraordinary. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said, fantastic. You also go. What is this material world is all about? Material world is
Why
a
only
circus.
everybody has to suffer that kind of
Material world, exactly. Material world is like a circus. Maya is beating us left and right. Sometime relatives give you left and right. Sometime husband and wife give you left and right. Sometime children give you. Sometime boss gives you. Sometime health issues give. Sometime finance issues. Sometime you get fired from the job.
Prabhuji,
So,
everything is also based on our karmic previous karmas only, no, Prabhuji, including
which is
my
correct, Prabhu. But the point
kids.
here is that who is responsible for that? I am responsible.
I am only responsible.
Correct. So when I am responsible, Now when I got in this body, I understood this is my karma, but I still want to get into that circus. That's the problem. Problem is not that I don't know karma. I know karma, but in spite of that, the tendency to enjoy that circus is so high. I go and get beaten up inside, come out, and when others ask how is that, fantastic. What is that? When you go to the morning, how are you? Great. What great? You're being beaten. There is so much snow, like we just had today was a good weather, but so much snow, so much storms and all that stuff coming, and like what who can say I'm good? But yeah, this world is good. This is the misconception. So this is what the problem with this material world. As long as we recognize ourselves with this material world, we have to serve. What is our normal condition is to serve Krishna rather than serving Maya. The world of Maya is called Durashraya, which means false or bad shelter. One who puts his faith in Durashraya, which is what circus, becomes a candidate for hoping against hope. Just keep searching. Maybe today is a better day, tomorrow again, snow, 7 in snow, again. That's the thing. In the material world, everyone is trying to become happy, and although their material attempts are baffled in every way due to their nations, they cannot understand their mistake. Exactly like that circus, people try to rectify one mistake by making another mistake. Oh, maybe this is a problem, let me try this way. Oh, this is another problem. This is the way of struggle for existence in the material world. All people, 9 to 5, now everyone has to go to work. You drive far distance, you have to take care in the traffic, and you take so much of time to reach, and then after that you come back and again struggle for other things. So we are foaming at our mouth. If one in the condition is advised to take Krishna conscious and be happy, he does not accept such instruction. Why do I have to do that? Life is great. Then suffer. That's straightforward. This Krishna conscious movement is being spread all over the world just to remedy this gross ignorance. What ignorance is? That gross, because it is on the bodily concept. People in general are misled by blind leaders, leaders of human society, the politicians, philosophers, scientists are blind because they are not Krishna conscious. Oh, use the AI. This is the new thing. You use that. What will happen? You will suffer more. You will lose your job. Now someone else will do that job.
One pass here,
Yeah.
like, so the statement like politicians or
Mm.
all those things are not with respect bhakti with Krishna, but
Mm.
still they are enjoying their like lavishly they are spending
Mm.
little lavish cars.
Mm.
But again, we will say that it's previous karmas they are in this world, right? So how it is like why can't like I always praise to Krishna that if we do mistake morning, it has to be in evening, it has to lessen. So it's not
Mm.
happening in that way, but I don't
Mm.
know, like it's Krishna's plan. But just a thought, Prabhuji, like
Very good question, bro. So our karma get fructifies at different level. Some karmas are still at the seed level. Some karmas, now the seed has,
flower.
yeah, someone has become a plant, somebody has become tree. So which, based on where, which part of my
Percentage
stage,
of
yeah.
okay.
So if my karma is all of a sudden I'm sitting and talking here and now it fructifies. Oh, I have a stomachache, I have to run to the ER, which means it fructified. You understood my point.
Understand.
Everything is going
Understand.
fine. You go, you are thinking that
Karma's
I'm
clear 100%. That time we will go to emergency. Like that is
correct.
full.
Fructify, then
Okay.
you suffer. For an example, I'm sitting here, my boss is calling, and oh, I'm going to get raised there, and he gives you a pink slip. What does that mean? Karma fructified. So now, if that guy is enjoying, don't think that this guy is going to enjoy for rest of the eternity or something like that. When the suffering, when the suffering comes, when the suffering comes, then that person realizes, oh man, that was tough. For an example, a person who has a diabetes, he sees rasgulla. Oh, this is great. He eats. That time he doesn't have a problem. After eating,
Shoot up, shoot up.
the blood sugar shoots up. Then, oh, why did I eat that? What you see is at that time when he's eating rasgulla, but I can't eat. He's also a sugar patient. I'm also a sugar patient, but he's able to see. You don't know what happened 1 minute just after that thing, right? For me, when I'm just seeing, I'm just realizing, oh, this guy is enjoying very nicely. He's having 10 rasgulla. I can't even have one. You are controlling, you are better. That guy is in the hospital just in in a minute, right? So that's the whole idea which I'm mentioning about, right? So does it answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes.
I'll answer the first question also in few minutes. Such people never surrender to Krishna, and they oppose the endeavor of those who wish to take Krishna's shelter. Hey, why are you going to the temple now? Why you have to go at such a young age? Enjoy life. You can go at the old age. You don't know whether you're going to live old age or not. That's a
Correct.
different story.
Correct.
When such atheists become leaders of the society, the entire atmosphere is surcharged with nations. In such a condition, people do not become very enthusiastic to receive Krishna conscious movement, just as diseased person suffering from jaundice does not relish the taste of sugar candy. So they are going to the ditch, they are going to the hell, and they are pulling us all. Come, 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 come to this is great world, and you also go. Come to the bar, I'll drink, you also drink and die. Right? That's the unfortunate thing. However, one must know that for jaundice, sugar candy is the only specific medicine. Similarly, in the present confused state of humanity, Krishna consciousness, chanting of the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
This is the only remedy for setting the world all right. Trust me. Why there is so much of problem? Why the countries are fighting among each other? Because ego. Oh, this is my place. How did you enter this? How could you do this to me? They are fighting. We are sometimes fighting in our house, maybe sometime at work, sometime in the society, sometime in city. It the scope is different. That's the scope's the only thing which is different. I'm fighting in home, in a small home, and then grow. Even you go to heavenly planet and hellish planet, what they are fighting for? Again, Devtas and Dano fighting. Same thing. This is my piece. This is my piece. You remember that story of a cat? You remember that story?
No.
There was a cake, and the cake had two pieces,
Mhm.
and two cats were fighting.
Mhm.
Oh, this is my pie. No, there was one piece. The fighting. This is my cake. This is my cake. The rat came. He said, "What is the problem?" Said, "We are just fighting about this cake." Okay, let me solve this problem. He ate the whole cake. Done. Neither that guy got, neither that guy got. Similar way, we are fighting for a very small thing which doesn't even make sense. By the time actually we gain that thing, we are done with this life. That's how it unfortunately
Correct,
works.
Prabhuji.
This is a beautiful story. There was a very powerful, very rich person in Italy. So he had a desire that I want to build my palace on the water. Okay. So if you know Italy, everything is water. You don't have cars and all that stuff, only boats, right? So he wanted to build on the water. So contractor, he found contractor and all that stuff. They were building for years and years and years and years. Finally, just 1 week before his inauguration of the house, he was there. Someone gave him a news. The house is in the water by 6 inch, which is submerged, which means the house was above the water. To went inside 6 inch. This guy died
Mhm.
because he spent so much of money. This is same thing happened in this Hollywood, right? Where in the LA there was so much fire. These guys lost millions and millions dollars of houses. So much work, so much time they have spent, so much money they spent to build that house, burned with through ashes within few seconds. So this guy died. What did happen? Now he died. He had a desire to live in that house. So desire is last. What is his last desire? I want to go and live in this house. But his karma is not that great. He became a spider and lived in that house.
Mhm.
What is it? Desire is to live in the house. Yes, I'm living in the house. But I cannot get a human body, so I'm living like a spider in that house, thinking that this is my house. This is the unfortunate thing. Right.
One more example, like Gaur
Hmm.
Gopal says probably
Ah,
like who traveling in Mercedes Benz, and that same day while wife says for a divorce. So no point like when he's in Mercedes Benz. It's
yeah, very nice. Another example, again by Gaur Gopal Prabhu, only when you brought this up. So there were three friends. And again, this is India's story, so maybe you may not be able to relate because, but I'm from Pune, so I know how it is like that. So three friends, they went to There is a Lonavala city actually between Bombay and Pune. It's like a hill station, and Bombay is very crowded, so you need a break. So they go to hill station, Lonavala. It's a beaut, and Lonavala is mountainy area, and they went during rainy season. So rainy season is nice in India. Here it may not be, but in India it is nice. So they went there, and now in the rainy season, what is famous is the samosa and chai. That's or pakodas and chai. That's very famous. A lot of people like that. So they all four friends went there. Perfect weather on the cliff of a mountain. Beautiful breeze going on. These guys just love it. The fifth guy came. So they were having hot samosa, perfectly cooked, not rotten or anything, like fresh cooked, freshly made and freshly fried, and then this, and then herbal tea, very nice tea, hot tea, hot samosa. This is what perfection. You are on the cliff, rainy season, and then on top of it you have samosas and chai, and the fifth guy came. Oh, results are out. So one guy asked how much. Oh, you got 80, this 70, 30. And the guy who had hot samosa in his hand, how about me? He said, you failed. Now, same hot samosa, same hot herbal
Result.
tea, the beautiful cliff, rainy season, you're on the cliff of a mountain, everything becomes tasteless, relative. This is called as theory of relativity. We can not enjoy this material. Like in an example, another example, say you have Porsche, someone gifted you, and or you earned it, whatever it is. You are sitting in Porsche. People are struggling. Someone is two wheeler. Someone is driving Maruti. Someone is, and you took egg starch, right? Especially those corner ones. You are sitting in the best luxurious car, and now this pain is so much you can't actually think of anything else. Even though you are having world's the best car, whatever we can put that in. That's the unfortunate situation. Right? So Srila Rupa Goswami advises that if one wants to be cured of material disease, that's he must take to it with great care and attention. One begins this treatment by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Because by chanting his holy name of Lord as a person, material condition will be relieved from misconception. Cheto darpana marjanam. So every morning when we wake up, our first priority is my Lord. You gave me another day. Please help me to perfect my life. I've been rotting here in the material world, birth after birth after birth after birth after birth. Please help me to remember you. I want to make this life as my last life. And when we realize that, Krishna says, okay, my boy, my girl, now you are ready to come. This real disease is in the heart. If the mind is cleansed, however, if the consciousness is cleansed, the person cannot be harmed by material disease. To cleanse the mind and heart of all misconception, one should take to this chanting of Hare Krishna. We should take a vow that I want to take up this Hare Krishna chanting very seriously. Every morning, I want to give the priority to chanting, not that chanting is given the last priority. There are three stages in chanting, very important. Current stage where we are in is called as offensive stage. We perform so many offenses. There are 10 offenses mentioned. There are 10 offenses to holy. And the most important one out of that, which even if we can't relate to other things, but we can relate to this one, which is to be inattentive while chanting. I'm just trying to remind myself.
Oh,
We are
that is, since day one I'm saying, Prabhuji, always by chanting, mind will go somewhere, I
correct.
don't
So
know.
that is
But
inattentive
still we
chanting.
are
So
chanting.
that's offensive stage.
We're
So
still
that's
in
the
that.
same disease state we have to get in. But we realize why I'm not growing or my growth is so small is because of the offensive stage. Second is the stage of lessening offenses. So offenses don't go away, but lessons, and we feel that sometimes. And the pure stage. When you chant that Krishna's name even once at that pure stage, you can go back to Krishna. So we have to reach to that stage. We have to understand. When a neophyte like
So,
us,
so somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, it seems like
uh,
why we have to chant 16 rounds.
uh,
That time is We are not purely chanting like in that 16 rounds. Any one time at least in
Uh,
our whole life, if we chant, so
uh,
that we'll go back. So we have to chant 16 rounds.
very
She
good.
have told it since
Thank
that
you,
time.
Prabhuji. Yes. When a neophyte takes to the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, he generally commit many offenses. There are 10 offenses. If the devotee avoids these, he can glimpse the next stage, which is situated between offensive chanting and pure chanting. When attains the pure stage, he is immediately liberated. This is called as Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. As soon as one is liberated from the blazing fire of material, he can relish the taste of transcendental life. Doesn't matter where I am. This is what Rupa Goswami is telling, that I wish I should have thousands of tongues and ears, because he's relishing holy name. We are not. The conclusion is that in order to get freed from the material disease, one must take to the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. The Krishna conscious movement is specially meant for creating an atmosphere in which people can take the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. One must begin with faith. Very important. This is a gateway.
Yes, Prabhuji. I have experienced, personally have experienced it.
Hmm.
With each step, like if we believe like Krishna, he is taking care 100%. We should not think of like I am doing, like if we do our duty and we have to blindly, if we believe it is I have experience. I told you many times, no Prabhuji, like coming to America or with my respect to job, if somebody asks, I said Krishna is taking care. I don't know whether it is
Amazing.
there. I will go or else no. So completely, I have that personal experience with Krishna Prabhuji, faith with
Amazing.
respect.
Amazing. And when the faith is increased by chanting, a person can become a member of the society. We are sending Sankirtan parties all over the world, and they are experiencing that even in the remotest part of the world, where there is no knowledge of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra attracts thousands of men to our camp. In some areas, people begin to imitate the devotees by shaving their heads and chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If one is sincere, he is initiated, and the stage is called Bhajana Kriya. So, first is the faith. When you develop faith, then you come to the next stage, where now you start bhajana kriya, you perform activities of chanting Hare Krishna. One then actually engages in the service of the Lord, doing service in the temple and regularly chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 16 rounds daily, and refraining from illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling, which are considered the four pillars of dharma. If we break those, we basically do a dharma. By bhajana kriya, one attains freedom from contamination of materialistic life. He no longer goes to a restaurant or hotel to taste so-called palatable dishes made with meat and onions. Nor does he care to smoke or drink tea or coffee. He not only refrains from illicit sex but avoids sex life entirely. Nor is he interested in wasting his time in speculating or gambling. This is an important part. When person is relieved from unwanted things, he becomes fixed in executing Krishna conscious activity. Our focus is diverted. So many things we want to do. I want a good house. I want a good wife. I want a good husband. I want good kids. I want a lot of bank balance. I want happy boss. I want happy family. I don't want health issues. So many distractions. We can't get anything in this material world. Indeed, he becomes attached to such activities and experiences ecstasy in executing devotional service. This is called as bhava, which is a very high stage. Although Maya may be present, it cannot disturb a devotee once he attains the bhava stage. On top of bhava is a prema, which is the highest. This is because the devotee can see the real position of Maya, that she is alluring me to be away from Krishna. When Lord Hanuman was going in search of Mother Sita, so when he came, there was a rishi. He sent, oh, there was a rishi, actually, there was a demon who disguised himself as a rishi. What did he do? He said, Hanuman, Hanuman, come here. You must be tired. You sit here. There are so many nice fruits. You have so many things. You sit and relax. Eat. Hanuman said, no, I have a goal. I have to reach there. No, you have them. And Hanuman said, no, I have to go. And then that rishi transformed himself into a demon. And then Hanuman killed him and went forward. But that's how this material world is designed. We enjoy. This is such a nice ice cream. This is such a nice thing. This is a nice thing. This is nice. And that's why we get distracted. But one has to have the determination of Hanuman, that no, I don't, I have a service here. I'm here as a servant of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. I want to finish my service. I want to remember Krishna and I want to remind others of Krishna. And that is how we actually focus on that part. Maya means forgetfulness of Krishna, and forgetfulness of Krishna and Krishna conscious stand side by side. Today, the situation is I want to spell this out very important aspect. Today, our one foot is in material world and one foot is on Krishna conscious. I want to do my job, I want to earn money, and I want to practice Krishna also.
Mm.
But
Maintain
over the
family
time, you
peace.
realize I cannot have. I have two boats, one feet on this boat and another feet, and the junction comes where the boats actually start going in the opposite direction. At the time, you have to decide be in this boat or that boat. If you decide I'll be spiritual boat, welcome. This is your last life. But you decide no, well, we have to be
Son,
practical.
kids, wife means then gone again.
We have to be
Cycle back
practical.
and back.
Oh no, we have to take care of our family also. We have to take care of this also. Okay, sirs and ma'am, continue here. And then another one, happy birthday to
Probably
you.
like anyhow, like I'm listening some speech that
Hmm.
like to hear Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam is also like it's the biggest
Hmm.
after many lives. If we have some that
Hmm.
good
Oh
good
yes.
thing, we
Yes.
will be listening at least.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
but why when we have this much some grace from the Krishna,
Hmm.
why can't just when before marriage itself we got to know about this? Because like as you said, when we already committed, before
Hmm.
committed itself, if we got to know,
Hmm.
then we would have maybe elevated a better way. I feel sometimes.
We can say like that, Prabhu. Maybe I would have come little before. Maybe I've understood that. But the point to focus now is how do I make my life perfect now?
But
Whatever
you said
stage.
no, Prabhuji. We already married, kids and bhakti. At the end, again we will be in
But
the
not necessary, bro.
okay.
Even with the family, you can cultivate such nice Krishna conscious activity where you can actually, that is called as Vankuta family.
Hmm.
You all of you come together, you read, you hear, and you inspire each other to to go towards Krishna, remember Krishna.
Hmm.
So rather than one now, if you are four, which is like if you are one, one plus one is not two, is one plus one is 11. Now you can actually go with much higher speed because now you have a whole support system. Wife understand that my goal is to help my husband to go to Krishna, and husband's priority is that I want to help my wife and kids, and that way all of them come together to help together going to Krishna. So that makes it even more easy because now you're doing it. But the challenge with grasta life is that there are so many distractions. You have to take care of this, or I have to send my kids to college and all that stuff. I'm not denying about that's not the problem, that is definitely a problem. But the goal has to be clear. I was just asking this question to one of the Prabhu. He said a beautiful line. Say, for an example, if I want to go to New Vrindavan from here, which is 5 hours journey or 6 hours, 5 hours. So to go to Vrindavan, I have to fill the gas. I have to take the prasad because on the way, if I get hungry, I have to take water bottles and everything. Now, what is the goal? The goal is not to buy the water bottle. The goal is not to fill the gas. The goal is not to prepare prasad. The goal is to reach Vrindavan, New Vrindavan. These are means to reach there. They are not the goal. So we have to understand what is a mean, what is a goal.
Yes,
The goal is I want
perfect.
to go to New Vrindavan, and these are my means to reach there. Job is a mean, taking care of the family is a mean, and everything about having money is also a mean, but that's not the goal. And when you choose this as a mean, and always remember that this is my goal, you
Destination
don't
is
get
Krishna.
distracted. This is the point which we need to remember. Today, what happens is we are somewhere here sometime we think this is my goal, this is goal, this is goal, this is goal, this is goal. We
Should not
shift.
switch.
We can choose the means to go there, but they shouldn't become the goal. Not easy, Prabhu, I want to be very honest, but one has to sincerely cry out to Krishna. Krishna, I need your help. Jay Pataka Maharaj was saying this line actually touched my heart so much. Krishna, please help me. Krishna, please help me. Or when we really sincerely cry to Krishna, I really need help, then Krishna will hear. Right now, the situation is that we like, Krishna help, and we are just distracted somewhere here, and then Krishna sees, oh, this guy is not focused, just forget it. This is the problem. And what is that? Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is like the light of the sun. Maya hai andhakar. The Maya is like andhakar. The what does andhakar means?
Like
Dark,
dark,
darkness, right?
not
Yeah,
visible.
correct. Yaha Krishna, wherever there is Krishna, taha nahi Maya adhikar. Wherever there is Krishna, Maya doesn't have a place. But the question comes in is, then how can we get distracted by Maya even in the temple? We can, because we are not focused on Krishna. We are getting distracted by other things. Krishna, that's what is being mentioned. So just to summarize, we will not cover next verse. I want to focus on this. Let's summarize what did we read in this verse. Everyone, one point each.
Uh,
Naresh Prabhu, thank you for joining.
Four regulative principles we have to follow.
Four regulative principles
No
we have
meat
to follow.
eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no meat eating.
Correct,
But
because
one
they are the
more
four
point is
pillars of
add,
Dharma.
Prabhuji, like the
Hmm.
coffee and tea, it came. It's because of sense control. It's
Yeah,
because
so
of
now
coffee there.
important, these are called as toxicants.
Mm-hmm.
So when you caffeine is a toxicant, and you know that stuff all of us have experienced, at least I experienced in my life. When you want to do something beyond your capacity, you need toxicant. Like for an example, you have to be awake night, so you don't want to take toxicant. You
Mm-hmm.
understand caffeine is going to help you, or you are just you are a lot to deliver and you can't, and you want to drink coffee, right? So you drink caffeine on that, so it actually makes you agitated, right? That's why we don't drink tea and coffee.
Addicted maybe
Correct.
because.
Addiction is another thing. Very good point.
Mhm.
Yes, that is the other thing. So that's why. But the question comes in is, should they? Oh, then I can't do it. Let me just forget bhakti. I don't want to do bhakti. Like I'll give you example. When I came to Krishna consciousness, how did I start? I'm like I'm not going to stop any of these things. I used to come to the temple, attend program. Slowly, I decided, okay, at home I will not eat. I will offer everything to the Lord and I'll eat. And then outside I used to eat. Because outside you don't get onion. Because I was living in Sydney, impossible. Even finding Indian restaurant itself was a big deal, and on top of it saying onion garlic without. So I would eat out, no problem. Then slowly, oh, I want to stop eating outside also. Nobody is telling me, but it's internally, because now when I'm chanting the name of Krishna, Krishna is making things so easy. I was just telling. I actually made the pizza today, and then we were just all of this having, and like my daughter was saying, this is probably the best pizza I've ever had it in my life. Not even restaurant, because it just now this is being offered to Krishna. This is prasad now. Or I was just telling my mother, I was telling, because they used they they used to eat, and even I used to eat. I'm like, you tell me, after coming and eating anything without onion garlic, do you ever feel that there is a thing onion and garlic needed? It is just developing a taste around it. So this is so easy to actually practice, but and these four things actually makes one human. And don't think this is bhakti. This is just making you come to the platform of human by not killing animals and all that stuff. So that's an important part. Thank you. Naresh Prabhu, you want to add something? What's a takeaway for you from today's verse? I don't know when you joined, but what is the
Prabhuji,
takeaway?
I just joined now, Prabhuji. Just
Okay, okay, no problem. No problem. Satya Prabhu, you want to share what is the takeaway for you from this verse? If you can hear me. Are you there, Satya Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
What is the takeaway for you from this verse?
Yeah, as you told, like we should get the taste of mantra, Maha mantra.
Ah,
Yeah, we are in the stage of uh, people who are affected from the jaundice or COVID.
amazing. Thank you. That's a beautiful point. We don't have a taste for the holy name. We have to develop that and realize we are in disease condition in our life. Beautiful. Thank you. Veena Mataji, would you like to add something?
No, Prabhuji, wonderful class. Only I have one question, not
Mm,
related with that.
go ahead. Yeah.
But is that offense in, like eating the prasadam in front of the deities?
This is a good one actually. So, uh, we should not be eating in front of deities. This is considered to be not right. So we can drink water. That's why whenever we sit, Of course, in temple we don't eat, but at home we may have just one room house or whatever it is, whatever, or maybe just that's dining area and all that stuff. You cover with the curtain, but
Okay.
we shouldn't be eating in front of the deities.
Basically, if we can avoid, we can avoid. We should avoid, right?
Yeah, but a lot of times it happens like if I talk about Toronto Temple. Now Toronto Temple, the downtown temple, they serve prasad in the temple hall itself because they don't have a separate hall. So now what do they do? So they actually, the deities are closed and then they honor prasad, and after prasadam is honored, they clean it up, and after that the darshan opens and they have Gaura Aarti. Because it just, we have to be practical also in some aspect, so we can cover the deities with the curtain and then have that, no problem.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. Anything else? Any other point?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Um,
you want to add something, Mataji?
uh, yeah, we should try to do attentive chanting,
Mm.
and we should try, like, if we are cooking, we should think like what Krishna will like, or we are cooking
Very
for
nice.
Krishna, and
Yeah.
then yeah, then we should cook for everyone else. But first, we have to think about Krishna. We are cooking for Krishna,
Ah,
not for
very nice.
ourselves.
Correct. That's very important that we need to do that stuff. Like I know one Mataji, and again I'm far away from the standard, but I'm just sharing because I really like this point. So this Mataji, very very elevated, very elevated. Sorry, I should just close this. This is distracting me. Okay, so she's so elevated actually. She makes the boga for the Lord. She has nice Radha Sham Sundar in the temple in her home. And when she makes sweets, she doesn't eat those sweets. She actually offers to Krishna and then gives to friends or other relatives or neighbors, all that stuff. Why? Because if I like sweet, if I make for the Lord, then the thought process that I'm going to eat. So before even it is offered to Lord, actually we think that, oh, I'm going to eat. So what she does is she doesn't eat those sweets. She just offers to others. She will not take one even out of that thing. So that's a self control that then I'm not making my for myself because I can't have this, right? So that's the
Sometime
thing.
you got Tusha Prabhu saying this actually.
Yeah. So this is very important, right?
Yes, probably same thing. Our in Michigan, our neighbor Madhulata Mataji, she used to do, like she used to make so many cookies and sweets for temple, but she will not eat. She will just keep it for offering in the temple, and then she will give all the neighbors after it's offered in the temple, but she will not eat.
Ah, Hare Krishna, yeah.
That's what she used to do. Yeah.
It's a very high level platform actually one can practice when we realize that we are not the body. This is a wonderful example actually. So we have to motivate each other and understand that we have a long way to go. Not to get discouraged, but to understand that we have to become sincere. We have to take up this life very, very seriously. Okay, cool. Any other point, Momita Mataji, you want to add something? Okay. So we will end today's class here. We will continue with the next verse next week. Thank you so much. La Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.